Are on the planet. Hello and good day. And I'm here today with Leah M. Hill, who is a longtime friend of mine, and she's an intuitive medium. And I just always appreciate the messages that come through her and her energy. So I'm super excited to share her today. And so I just want to give everyone a minute to kind of find us in your feed. If you want to say a little hello or give a little hearts or thumbs up, it's always nice to make sure that we're connected and live, and I'll take a little peek on my phone to see if I can see us coming up. It looks like it's good. And we'll turn it over to Leah in just a second. All right. And there I see all the emojis come up. So I think we're good. Right. So welcome everyone. And Leah, why don't you give us a little introduction about what we're going to be doing today?
Great, I'd be happy to. And I want to just first acknowledge you, Megan. Thank you so much for doing these prayers for the planet. It's just sharing your gift in such a beautiful way. And the ones that I've watched and experienced have been really helpful and enjoyable for me. So thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you.
Great. So what we're going to be doing is a visual journey. I'm going to be leading everyone on a visual meditation. And I just wanted to give a little brief intro first to what it's about and what it's going to be. So the big picture is that we are going to be moving our energy from the past to the new reality, to the energy that's already here right now on the planet. So as a collective, as humans, we are all moving into that new energy entirely, but you know, at different speeds or different ways, or who knows how long it's going to take, but we're all going to get there eventually. And so some of the things that we can do along the way can make this process easier for us as we go about our lives, and it can also make it a lot more pleasant for us, and it can also help us a lot as we move and transition into this next stage of our lives to help make decisions for ourselves that we know are right for us. So that's the overall premise of what we're doing today. And when I was meditating a little while ago, I was really tuning into what this journey was going to be, and the word that kept coming to me was discernment. And the reason that this is coming up as so important right now, this word discernment, is because those of us who are the light workers, like you always say, the light workers, the healers, we are always, working on our past. We're always working on those big issues. They might be the trauma, the pain, the sadness from the past that we need to heal or transform. And we need to do that and keep doing that. But there also might be a lot of little things that we just don't even pay attention to, little ways that we might give our power away. We might not be taking care of ourselves or respecting our boundaries the way we should. And all of those little things that we're not paying attention to is still having an effect on us. So maybe as an example, if you've ever had the experience where you're kind of going about your day, just doing something, and then all of a sudden this thought comes into your mind, or it's a memory from something that might have happened a long time ago, and it might be an argument you had or something someone said to you that was mean, and it's like happening right now. You're like in it. And even though it's not relevant to something that's happening in your life right now, it feels that way. So do you ever have that happen?
Yeah. Or it can be that something just presents itself in your life. It's not even about whatever that instance is, but it's like triggering all these past memories and past experiences for sure.
Right. Yeah. So all of those little things, those little triggers are the things that really hold us back in getting into that new reality. But the good news is we don't have to delve into them one by one and relive them. Thank goodness, right?
Yes,
we don't want to do that. We can actually transmute that energy in a much easier way and a much faster way because of the energy that's available here on the planet. So really what we're trying to do with this energy of discernment is that we're getting to the point where we can be in our own energy and embody it so clearly and so strongly that anything that comes into our field or our energy that is not us, that's not our energy, we know it immediately. Like we can respond to it immediately. And it was making me think of that story of the Bible where Jesus is walking down the street in a crowd, and someone comes up behind him and touches the hem of his garment. I
Uh-huh.
don't know if you remember that I don't know which chapter it was, but he immediately turns around and says, "Who did that? Somebody
Uh-huh.
touched me." Like, just not even him, it was just touching the hem of his garment.
Uh-huh.
And what I'm hearing is that we need to be that clear with our own energy in this new reality.
Ah,
We have to be that clear, because that's how we are going to be able to live the life that we're meant to live, our true divine purpose, our sacred calling, because we're going to know instantly what's right for us, a decision, and what's not right for us.
yeah.
And the way to do that is the only way to do that is to know our energy really well.
Love this.
So I don't know if that helps so far, just giving you a premise of what we're going to be doing.
It's always good to have some context when I see some comments of people saying, yes, I'm totally feeling, Carolyn saying, I'm feeling triggering old experiences of feeling unsafe. I totally felt that this morning. Janine
Yeah.
saying, in the same soup. So I think you're really hitting a lot of experiences that a lot of us are going through right now as we're clearing, and then also wanting to anchor in that new energy and new intent that we also possess inside of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And just I think it's comforting knowing we're all going to get there somehow,
Mm-hmm.
some way. We're all going to get there, but we're just trying to find ways to make it easier. And thank you for recording this too, because people will find that they can go back and listen to this and release more. And they can also take this just as a foundation and then spend a lot more time with it and spend
Mm-hmm.
an hour in this meditation and really do a lot. So
Beautiful.
either way, it'll fit for you and whatever you need in that moment.
Perfect.
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is just first get comfortable, get settled in our chair. You could be sitting or lying down for this. It doesn't matter. And just close your eyes and feel your presence of wherever you are. You can feel your presence in the chair, or if you're lying on the bed, just feeling your presence coming into being aware of your body. And you might start breathing a little deeper than you normally would, just being easy about it, not forcing anything. And then what you want to do is just bring your attention to your solar plexus. This solar plexus energy is going to be so important for us in this new energy, in this new reality, because that tends to be where we store a lot of that past that is holding us back. So bringing your attention to the solar plexus, just below your ribs, what you want to do is just imagine, or if you can see, a beautiful golden light. Now, in your solar plexus area, it might feel like sunlight, warm, softening, and allow it to just expand throughout your solar plexus area or your chakra, just bringing warmth and softness and light. And now you might imagine or feel that it's actually spreading that light. You can spread that light with your intention throughout your whole body. So moving up and down your legs into your feet, all the way down to your toes, filling the cells of your body, all the way up through your chest, out to your fingertips, and also up through your neck and into your head. So that now your whole body is filled with that beautiful golden light. And now you can even expand it further, allowing it to come from your physical body out into filling your aura and your whole energy field all around you with that beautiful light. It just grows and expands without your having to do anything. Just think about it or see it happen. Beautiful. And now, with your eyes closed, you start to see or notice that in front of you there are two spirals of energy. They might be really small, they might be really tall, like bigger than you are. But there's one that's a little bit off to your left, and there's one that's a little bit off to your right. The spiral of energy that is on your left is spiraling in a flat circular motion like a vinyl record playing or a CD-ROM, whatever reference you use. It's spiraling and it's flat and it's spinning and spinning and spinning. This energy on your left represents your past. So that spiral of energy is your past. Every moment, every experience that has brought you right here to this moment. And now you bring your attention over to the right hand spiral. And this spiral is different. It looks different and it feels different from the other one. Because the spiral of energy is actually stretching up, way, way up, into the sky, into the universe, and beyond. The point of it, the end of it, you can't even see. You can't even perceive it. It just goes on and on for infinity. It's almost like a slinky toy or a spring that's stretched. And once it's stretched, it just keeps going all the way up to the universe. This spiral of energy on your right represents the new reality, your new life on the earth in this new time-space reality that is here and now. And now, as you bring your attention back to the middle where you are, with both spirals on either side of you, you begin to notice as you look now at the left-hand spiral of your past that from your energy or from your body, there might be threads or cords of energy that are attached or kind of reaching into that past spiral. They might be really thick cords like rope. They might even be twisted or braided. And there might be some that are really thin and tiny, just like those little spider webs you see outside that are reaching from one branch to another. Those are all of the attachments that you now have to that past energy. And if you tune into it, you might even feel that this energy is pulling you closer and closer to that past spiral. Whereas when you move your attention again back to the right-hand spiral, you feel a very different energy. You feel like that spiral of energy is pulling you into a more expansive place. So just noticing the difference and how those two energies feel will help you move your energy to where you need to go. And you might even notice that some of those big, thicker ropes are things from the past that you might have been working on or feel like you've been working on for years, and you're not sure why they're still there. And you might notice that some of the little ones, the threads, are ones that you haven't even thought of or haven't thought of in a long time, and you forgot that they were there. So what you can do now is actually set the intention to let go of all of those threads and cords all at once through your intention, and knowing that everything that you want and everything you've thought about for your future is actually over on the right side. It's in the new reality. And you realize first, though, that you cannot bring or drag any of those threads from the past into the new spiral, into that new timeline. They just can't exist in the same place. They are entirely different energies, different frequencies. So you cannot be in the new reality while still having these attachments to the past. But for all they have been, the past has served us very well. because all of those experiences have brought you here today to this very present moment of where you are right now. So one thing that you can do first is to just bless that past. Bless it and thank it. Just say thank you for all of those experiences at once and all of those people in your life. Just to say thank you because I am now here, now, present, and able to choose something different. And as you bless them, you might even say an affirmation, which I'll say and you can repeat to yourself. I am now willing and able to let go of all my attachments to the past. I now embrace my own truth in the new reality. And as you let those words now settle in and you turn your attention again back to the right hand spiral, you might feel or sense many, many of those threads or cords just dropping away, just falling away. You don't even need to figure out where they're going. You don't need to figure out what they were. You just feel them or sense them coming with this new sense of freedom as you tune in to this new spiral on the right. You might feel warmer. You might feel more expansive. You might feel like you yourself are limitless. And now, as you fully and completely embody that new spiral of energy, you might start seeing some of the things or feeling some of the things that you have been asking for, that you have been wanting in your life that are coming up. You might see beautiful gardens. You might see beautiful water. You might see yourself in a new career or a new direction in your life. You might see new relationships. You might see new experiences. You might even see things that you haven't even thought about in years, and there they are. Because as you now embody this full spiral, you allow your energy to actually expand and fill that entire spiral all the way up to the universe. So your energy fills it and expands it as far as you can even perceive. And you know that this energy, this spiral, is entirely yours. No one else's. No one else's energy is there. It's entirely you and your energy. And feeling this and embodying this is what allows you to use that energy of discernment that we were talking about. Because you now know that in this presence and this spiral, anything that isn't right for you, any energies that feel old or from the past, can't even come into this spiral of energy. They don't even get there. They stay outside, where you might have the awareness of them, or if there's a memory or a lesson from the past that you might need in the future, it will still be there. It will be there in that moment that you need it, but you're not dragging it with you anymore. You're not carrying it or pulling it along with you. You're just there in your presence, in the expansion of this spiral that is you and only you. So now I'm going to give you a moment or two to just be there, to just allow yourself to feel your own energy and how good it feels and all of the potential and all of the opportunities that are there. And in a moment, I'll bring you back, but just give yourself a minute or two of quiet. And now when you're ready, just slowly and very gently bring your energy back into the present moment, in your space, in your chair, moving a little bit and opening your eyes when you're ready.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. Ah,
Thank you so much, Leah. That was so just cleansing and clearing, and yeah, just really powerful, powerful imagery. I can see how useful that would be, not just for today, but to go back and re-engage that imagery of the two different spirals. Keep
yeah,
putting your attention on that, what we are creating.
right,
Yeah.
right. It really helps us, and I think um, it's a good one to use now in this, this time that we're going through with the social isolation and the transformation that's happening on the planet. Because when we do get, as we're saying, get back to our work and everything else, when this is over, and it will end. It is
Mm-hmm.
temporary. We know
Sure.
that. That having that clear sense of ourselves and what our energy is will really create a trajectory
Mm-hmm.
for exactly where we want to go in our lives. And I know there's a lot of fear about the economy, but from what I remember is that anytime in the past where there has been like a slowdown of the economy, that's when people really take these leaps of faith. They
Mm-hmm.
their corporate job that they're not really happy with, and
Yeah.
they jump into a career or a work or a calling that's really feels right for them and is
Mm-hmm.
much more fulfilling. So
Yeah.
even though it brings up a lot of fear, sometimes people really change their lives because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and even
Yeah.
those of us who are on the path that we know we're meant to be on, I can see how many of us are, coming out and speaking up or sharing ourselves in ways that we wouldn't have before because we feel that really deep call to service. So
Very
I
much.
think there's
Yeah.
also so many like bridges being built between where we are now and where we've always intended to be, and this has been our nudge to get ourselves out there in new ways. So that's so beautiful. I really appreciate your clarity and your very grounded energy that also has beautiful opening to the universe and just that plane. So thank you so much for
Oh,
this gift today. Yeah, really delightful. Yeah, it was so. I'd love for you to just take a minute to share if there's some way you want to articulate what kind of energy you're really creating for yourself and for the future. If you want to share that in the comments, we'll sweep back through and just add our intent and our love and hold space for that for all of us. So thank you again, Leah, and I
thank
hope
you, Megan.
everyone has a really really beautiful weekend, and we'll be back here next week, same time, or at 5 p.m. Eastern time, New York time. And I have some great guests coming on next week. Feel free to share this with anyone who you feel like could use this kind of awesome little reset each day. I know I've been using it and needing it and loving it. So thanks for coming on, Leah.
All right. Thank you, Megan.
Okay,
It's a
take care,
pleasure.
everyone.
Okay, you too. Bye bye.